I can't. It's a giant nut.
All right, so we're here live. Well, not live. We're recording tonight. This will come up tomorrow on Thursday. I'm
Very
here
cool.
with some good friends of mine. A great, I guess you want to call them a power metal band.
Yeah.
I'd say power metal, traditional.
Primarily, yes.
Yeah, power progressive. One of you got some progressive songs in there, but definitely power metal.
So tonight I'm joined by Hudson Valley, New York's Last Pharoah, a band that I've had the pleasure that I had a pleasure to have play a couple of my anniversary bashes, which we started doing here in Middletown before the end of the world hit, and at Quinnspens at the bowling alley at the like a little arcade, everything going on. We had some really good times, and you guys have played there with Sanctuary a couple times, the Iron Maiden tribute, who we're good friends with. And last time you played, I think Seda was there one time.
Yep.
We had British Steel.
Yep.
My 34th anniversary party. So introduce yourselves to the show and welcome.
Go ahead, Ron.
Okay, I'm Ron Toth, lead guitarist for Last Pharoah.
And I'm Tommy Santangelo, lead singer for Last Pharoah.
Welcome.
So you got it.
I hear you guys are working on a new album called Endless Winter. What can you tell the viewers about this release? Whoever wants to go first.
Well, in my opinion, this album's going to smash Mantle of Spiders. The songs are incredible. They're fun to play. They're fun to sing. The guys did a hell of a job writing these songs, writing this music. I mean, you just Ron's something else. I don't. The dude is not a human being. I think he's from a different planet. Just like I think he's from the same planet as Joe Satriani.
So okay, cool. Pretty good planet.
His structures are unbelievable. So we have. Obviously you heard Intruders, which I actually have to go back to the studio and do something else to the vocals. And, this pandemic crap obviously stopped that from happening, but there's a couple of ideas I had and I wanted to do one other thing in there. And, that song is about the movies Intruders and the Strangers with Liv Tyler and Bradley Cooper.
Okay.
So that's what that's about. And then, we have the Demon Witch of Darkmoor, which is Hansel and Gretel's Grimm fairy tales, basically.
Okay.
Ed came up with an idea that he wanted to do something related to Alice in Wonderland. So it's almost like Alice in Hell, but it's a mixture of, I can't even explain it. It's more like a King Diamond style of vocal with some some crazy stuff in it, and it's called the Red Card Queen. All right, and it's modeled after Tim Burton's version of Alice in Wonderland. So there's an off with your head, and there's a Run Alice Run in there, and there's a sequence where it would like a spoken part, and then all this laughter, and then staying where is my Alice. So you'll get to hear that one soon. And then Endless Winter's about the movie Sunshine with Cillian Murphy, where the sun dies and we have to send nuclear warheads to re-energize the sun. Now this comes from I was a British literature and English major in college, so I do take pride in my creative writing. So that's where it comes from. But I mean, to the guys, Michael had something really wild that he sent me the other day about aliens, and I'm trying to do something with it. I mean, Ron can write music in 5 minutes, so if they have other musical ideas, maybe we could do something with it. And then there's another one that Ed came up with as well called he named it The Burning of the Rats, and I was going with the Black Plague theme.
There you go. Kind of fits in this year.
Yeah, and it's a cracker. I mean, and just so you get an idea of what kind of song it is, it's mixed Nevermore with Megadeth, and throw in some Brainstorm. It's all over the place. I mean, it's just heavy as fuck. So I believe these songs, I don't get me wrong, I love singing the Headless Horseman live. It's one of my favorite songs to sing.
Yeah.
But this album, I mean, we actually play it live. We've played it twice so far. It's called Nightmares in Dreamland. And it's about, I wrote it off of What Dreams May Come with Robin Williams.
Okay.
So it's basically, it's a total Fates Warning feel. So you'll get to hear that one. And I if anything, that's, I love singing that song. So we'll go right into Intruders goes into Horseman. We'll play that and then Into the Darkness. So
Into the Darkness is a great tune. Yeah, of course.
Yeah, Ron wrote the lyrics to that. I don't know if anybody knows that. Ron wrote that song.
Okay.
He wrote the whole
Yeah,
damn
that's
song.
the only one I've written lyrics to so far.
I tell the guys,
Okay.
listen, you guys want to, if you can help me out, you want to throw lyrics my way, or I can come up with something, any ideas. So, I mean, Ed's idea was Mantle of Spiders, you know?
Yeah, that's a great
So, oh
song
yeah,
too.
yeah. I love that song. It's not, we don't get to play it that often because it's long, you know? And if we want to play it, we have to pull two songs out.
I think you played it at one of my gigs.
Yeah, we did. Yeah, because everybody was screaming out encore. So
That
yeah,
was great.
yeah,
You
yeah.
guys,
So
you guys are
I actually have it on
mind-boggling,
video
you know?
somewhere.
Your vocals are just killer. I think you could front many, many bands.
Well, I appreciate it. I mean, that means a lot to me.
When we were having you at the bowling alley, you totally blew us away. You guys always are welcome to come back when things, of course, now we haven't been able to do anything.
Oh no, I had a hell of a time. That place was great. I mean, everybody was getting into it. People were cheering and screaming. You know, people liked the band, and that's all that matters. You know.
It was so much fun.
Oh yeah, no, I had a blast. The first time we did the what was it? The July gig. The July gig. I mean, yeah, that was badass.
A summertime, yeah, it was a summertime gig, and I was celebrating my anniversary a little late, I think, from the year before because we didn't have a venue. I mean, I've done them at the Chance before with Frank, and threw my name on like a national act, which I was doing for years. But bringing it back to Middletown was what we used to do because we used to do shows at the Sportland USA. We used to do shows at the Class. Oh yeah, because my store's been open since '85. So back in the '80s, you had a couple choices to pick a rock club in Middletown, and all of a sudden, nothing, just Poughkeepsie. It's been tough. It's tough, and so anyhow, enough about me though. So when do we expect this album to drop or this recording? Will it come out on CD? Will it come out on vinyl too?
CD. Yeah, it'll be probably about a year from now.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, we don't. It's going to the studio and when these stupid fucking when this goes away. The good thing about it though is that Nightmares in Dreamland is completed. The Demon Witch of Darkmoor's 90% lyrically done. Endless Winter is 90% lyrically done. So all of these songs, I mean, the guys can go into the studio and record this whole album in probably 2 days.
Yeah.
Because we've been playing these songs for about 8-9 months, so, and we practice, we get to practice. We're probably one of the few bands, if the only band that gets to practice every week.
I tell you, there's some bands that are practicing
location somewhere in New York.
It depends what state you're in, but yeah, there's some bands practicing. My buddy Will and Death Angel, they're back to rehearsing again. I mean, a lot of bands are doing the streaming. Some of the national acts are doing the streaming concerts, and I mean, in the state of Florida, there's gigs right now.
Right.
Steel Panther just played. Nasty Savage is playing.
Nasty Savage is still together. Oh wow.
Nasty Savage is playing April 13th down there. Yeah. So
that's cool.
So, it depends what state you're in. And I guess like we were talking off air that Jersey's opening up the clubs starting February 5th, and they're going to have 35% capacity. So things are going to gradually come back, knock on wood, Yeah.
No, it has to. And plus, I think that everybody just will come running out to see music. So it'll be a good thing.
I think when everything's safe, you're going to have a boom. It's going to be like the gold town rushes in the old Western towns, I think. Let's hope. I mean, let's hope. Ron, so go ahead.
It's nice to have people in the crowd. It's nice to, like, when, those couple of gigs, all the gigs at the Chance, I mean, you just look down at the crowd and it's just, I got 18, 19, 20-year-old kids singing the lyrics to our songs. And it's just like,
great.
I look over at Ron sometimes and I'm like, dude, you see this? And, he's busy playing guitar. So, I mean, I don't expect
I see it.
But it's just like, look at this. They're singing our songs. I mean, it's just cool.
You definitely hear influence from a lot of the power metal and classic bands. You mentioned Nevermore before, War Dane, of course.
Yeah,
I can hear a little John Olivia from Sabaton sometimes.
Yep.
I can hear some Jeff Tate. I can hear some, all that like power metal and even like Rob Halford. You can hear that high, and so
that flatters me. I appreciate that. That means a lot to me. It really does. My favorite band in the whole world is Saxon. So, they are my favorite band.
So if we do an episode on Saxon, I'm going to invite you.
Absolutely. He's the whole reason why I picked up a microphone.
Wow, Biff.
Yeah.
People say I look like Biff a little bit. So.
Yeah, you do. You do. You do. Yeah.
But nobody knows about him in the United States, so they all think that I look like Garth Algar instead. See, there's me.
All right. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Oh, wow.
If I was in England, maybe people think I look like Biff, but nobody knows Biff over here. I mean, we know him, but, it's not household, of course.
Yeah, it's sad, too, because, Saxon's been around 42 years. They're
yeah.
they're my favorite band. I think I have everything they've ever done.
I saw them at the Chance on Crusader.
All right. Don't rub it in. Don't rub it in.
I'm older than you.
It's all good. It's all good.
I saw him with Priest at the Newark Arena where the Devils skate.
I got one for you. I got to see Saxon with Accept.
What year?
In 2001 in Lemoore in Brooklyn.
That was a good one. That was a good one.
Yep. And I was right in front of Biff and right in front of Saxon, and I cried.
So yeah, that's great. Hey, let's talk to Ron a little bit.
Go ahead, yeah, Ron.
So Ron, how many? Obviously, you're the guitarist in Last Pharoah now, but you played in some other bands, and how'd you get started? What are some of your influences?
Well, when I first started, I mean, I was into more of the classic rock, Zeppelin and Sabbath, Deep Purple, that kind of stuff. And then when Van Halen came out, of course, I got into Eddie Van Halen.
Yeah, of course.
Then, I definitely was into that for a while. Then Ingwe came out, so I got into Ingwe and then guys like Imperatori and Megadeth. I love Megadeth and Harley Friedman, all those kind of guys. Jason Becker and Pantera. I was really digging Pantera a lot. So
awesome.
Those are like my main influences,
So what other bands have you played with before you got in with with the current project with Last Pharoah?
There was a band called Symphony of Shred from the Hudson Valley.
Okay.
We played the Chance and all that whole scene.
Yep.
West Strand Grill and Kingston and we played all over the place. We even played in Albany, and then another band I played in was called Ion. It was another metal band, pretty heavy sounding. And let's see, I played before those bands. I played like in the Jersey Shore a lot, doing like a lot of top 40 stuff for money.
Okay.
It's like classic rock for money, but we really rocked it out. Any top 40 song, I would do a shredding solo on top of.
So you were playing what, like the Seaside Heights scene back in the day?
Seaside Heights and like Belmar and
nice.
We played Asbury Park. We actually played in Asbury Park.
My buddy Frank White, who you may know is a professional rock photographer, had been around forever, is actually doing a book on the Jersey metal scene, and actually is maybe looking for some input. So maybe I'll put you guys together. He's writing a book. Someone else is writing a book, and he's putting in all the photos from all the Jersey Shore, like Chatterbox and everything.
I used to go to Trade Winds a lot in Seabright.
Oh, okay, so maybe I'll tell Frank to talk to you guys. You might be able to put some input into this.
Nice, cool.
So Ron, if there was an album that changed your life, what would it be?
Well, I'd say, of course, the first Van Halen album.
Okay.
But then I'd have to add on when Ingwe came out, his first album.
Okay.
Yeah. That was like beyond Ingwe. It was like Ingwe times 5. But I mean, Ingwe shreds a lot, but I still think that Eddie has more memorable solos, and and of course Van Halen was much more successful, but
nice
songs, people know their songs a lot more. It's just fun to shred, so.
Yeah. So I guess I'm going to ask Tommy the same question.
You already hit it. Crusader. That's the album that changed your life. You're a big Saxon fan. You're not lying. They're tattooed on my body. Yeah.
Crusader.
Yeah, right here. Hang on. Here.
Oh, wow.
Yeah,
Wow.
yeah.
That poster is on this ceiling somewhere.
That's
Buried
awesome, dude.
underneath copies. This is my late 70s, early 80s living room, and
That's very cool, man.
now
Yeah,
I
they're my favorite band in the whole damn world. I mean, I can't. That's it. That's all I can say.
now I call this the bunker. So and I do all my shows in here, and I listen to my music. I got my records here, and I get it. My wife, I get away from my wife when I need to come out here and do my stuff. But it's my collection of blacklight posters and
Right, cool.
And,
Yeah, I remember shit. I had a couple of Maiden ones when I was a kid. I mean, they long since destroyed, but
oh yeah. I got a couple Maiden ones hanging up, and if you look for those on eBay now, they're a couple $100.
yeah.
They are.
Wow.
So
Yeah, everything's expensive. I have got close to 800 metal shirts. I actually have the Beast on the Road tour from songs on the back and was offered $750 for the T-shirt, and I was like,
you know, those are worth a lot of money too. The concert shirts, any of the 80s memorabilia, whether it be blacklight posters or tour posters, T-shirts, even the bootleg T-shirts you got in the parking lot are worth a lot of money. You know why?
Yeah, you watched them once and they friggin' oh my God.
Back in the day, I mean, now they're a little bit better if you pick one up outside a show. I remember I was really drunk at the Iron Maiden. It was Iron Maiden at Ghost at Prudential Center, and I remember I was pretty hammered. I didn't drive, thank God, on the way home, and I had a buddy of mine driving me, and I was like, I got up the next morning. I'm like, what's this pile? It was like $5 Maiden shirts, and I was like, yeah, give me one. And of course, I had a couple real ones too, and I'll
right.
So we'll talk about some of the tracks from Mantle of Spiders. Some of my favorite are the Headless Horseman, which anybody watching, we're from the Hudson Valley, and that's where that original story came from. And is that where you guys got the idea to do this about the Headless Horseman song? Who came up with the idea? You, Tommy?
Well, Ron, when you see, look, this is funny. Ron and I were friends on Facebook for like 8 years and never said a word to each other.
Yep.
I saw, Michael had a post, and then we figured something out to get together, and he's like, I got a guitar player, and then Ron was like, I got a drummer. So we basically formed this band in like 9 minutes. So I wrote the intro, the first two verses, and the chorus to the Headless Horseman when I was 19 years old.
Okay.
I changed it and it made it better, obviously, with the band, but he had the music, and I'm like, wait a minute. It's just one of those things where everything's just magical with this band. His music fit my lyrics. I didn't have to change too much stuff. It was basically the song was put in a music book, in a lyric book, and left there. And I actually completed the song the day I had to record it in the studio. It just came out of my body. I finished the whole song, and I was like, wow, this is just, oh my God, this is perfect. It's one of my favorite things that I've written. And the bridge to chorus, it's basically the tale from the cartoon. It's Sleepy Hollow with Johnny Depp, and obviously the TV show has elements which I loved it. I wish it wasn't taken off, and but I don't know. I mean, I love how Halloween's like my favorite time of year. October's my favorite month. It is just my favorite month, and you got, it's that feeling, so I mean, I'm not far from Sleepy Hollow. I'm literally about 25 minutes north.
Sure.
So it had to be done. It was one way or another, it was going to get done. And it was, like I said, it was about 20%, 25% written. And then I just finished it with this band, and they came up, his music, it just works. It just clicked.
I find it interesting that every song that we're talking about is based on a film, which is very interesting. If we go through Mantle of Spiders, what are some of the songs on that relation to movies or relation to things that you come up with? I guess Jekyll and Hyde, of course, is the famous movie, Monsters.
Yep. That basically, I don't know. I had started writing lyrics for another band that I was in years ago, and there was a lot of songs that we didn't get a chance to record. So they're my lyrics. And I write. I'll come up with parts of things. Like I'll be on lunch at work, and I'll just write down sections of stuff, and I put them together, and I create things like that. Or I'll just be like, all right, I don't like the way this sounds, or I'll restart this with this, and I'll change this verse to this, and let me add these words here. And Jekyll and Hyde basically just I can't honestly tell you where it came from.
Okay.
It was written down in a lyric book and it was never completed again. And I listening to the guys practice, I would write stuff and I'm like, I would smile. Michael would catch it. What you got? What do you got? I'm like, all right, do that again. And I would mumble it. I would either say it in my head or I'd hum it out on a vocal melody. And then the words would just come, you know, they'd come to fruition. And then I would just put them together. But Jekyll and Hyde, it's just, I love the Universal creature feature horror movies from the 30s and 40s. And
so do I.
If I could, I mean, I'm still trying to figure out a way to write the creature from the Black Lagoon.
I got posters of that over there.
Yeah, there you go.
Creature of the Black Lagoon, you got it right. That would be over the top if you can do.
Yeah, I mean, I wanted to write the creature from the Black Lagoon, and I wouldn't, you know, I mean, it'll come along maybe soon, but sometime.
Right,
Yeah.
Write my song.
Yeah, Gilman, dude, he's the best.
It doesn't have to be Creature from the Black Lagoon. It could be called Revenge of the Creature.
Yeah. I mean, but something, you know, I'll come up with it if it's maybe down the line.
Or Creature Walks Among Us.
Yeah, I could do that too.
Remember this one?
I just, you know,
it made this figure too.
That's great.
These are all the Super 7 reaction figures I sell in the store. So it's
that's awesome. That's awesome.
Plug, but we're talking Universal monsters, and yeah, I mean, I
mean, even I actually want, you know, I dabble with the Hunchback of Notre Dame here and there, just, you know, but these songs they'll be like 10 minutes long, you know.
Yeah, so, I mean, it's very similar in the ideas that Iced Earth had when they did the horror show album.
Right.
They didn't do a creature one either.
Well, I had you believe when you say that now. We played a gig, and I announced Jekyll and Hyde, and actually people thought we were doing the Iced Earth version.
Okay,
you know, people thought we were going to cover it, but now I was like, no, this is all originals. You know, Deadly Dreams is written about the 5-minute sequence, believe it or not, in the movie Ghost with Patrick Swayze, where they drag the souls into hell.
Oh wow. This is a very great. I'm glad you guys came on. It's very informative and it's a lot of fun.
Yeah, no problem. Ed will argue about this because he, you know, and that's fine. I was on a very heavy Indiana Jones kick, and the beginning of Mantle is about Raiders of the Lost Ark.
Oh, Mantle of Spiders is?
You know, right into A Memory Now Unfolds. You know, when it goes into the song, it's different. But the first sequence of that song is written from watching Raiders every day for like 10. Yeah. It was a heavy Indiana Jones kick.
Well, I'm missing seeing you guys now. I almost wish you could have popped up the band and played on Zoom tonight, but we haven't done that yet with anybody.
Yeah, well, we could do that in the studio. I mean, we could just set the phone up on the shelf and we could play.
Yeah. Just you know, guys are definitely. It's a pleasure to have you guys play in the Hudson Valley.
I know. I'm flattered that everybody enjoys the band as much as they do. It means a lot to me. You know, I'm looking for guys like this for so long. I stopped doing this shit in my 20s because of egotistical asshole musicians, and you know, I just when we all met, it was just like, all right, you know. I remember Ron specifically saying to me, "So, what do you think? You're gonna stay?" I'm like, "What?" I'm like, "Dude, I've been looking for you guys for like 25 years. We all agree." Like there's no arguing. It's just like everything's perfect. He'll write something. What'd you think of that? He's like, yeah, my solo can be better. I look at him like, are you crazy? What? No, in the 5 years almost this band is together, 4.5 years. I've never heard him make a fucking mistake.
I was just gonna ask you, how long has the band been together? But you just answered that. So.
August 2016. Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah.
And I probably had you playing in 2017 or something. I think I reached out to you guys actually because we thought we were getting a gig at the fairgrounds. I think I did reach out to you guys about that. We had Zepp again, and they wanted 4 bands, and then all of a sudden, no, it's too much heavy metal for the fair. I'm like, come on.
Really?
There's no such thing. Was synonymous with heavy metal in the 80s, if you remember.
Yeah. No, there's no such thing as too much metal. That's ridiculous.
No, because we were going to do Never Say Die, and we were going to have, an original band open up, and you guys would have been perfect.
Oh no, I think I do. I believe I remember that vaguely.
Yeah, a few years ago. We had it all set up, and then I got a call. I was like, they're not doing it. I'm like, oh, great. Then we decided, then we moved it to the bowling alley. I think that was that summer. We decided, I said, well, screw it.
Oh,
We're
okay.
just
Yeah,
gonna
yeah,
do it
yeah,
at the
yeah,
bowling
yeah,
alley.
yeah, yeah,
'Cause
yeah, yeah,
originally,
yeah.
we just said, well, and we weren't going to do it. And the bowling alley, the Quins over there were so hospitable to us, and we really had a good time. They were. I remember that July gig. They were like out directing traffic. The owner was the place, and it was like, oh
Yeah,
It was
I had
packed.
fun.
It was
That was
packed
a great
too.
time. I mean, there's a lot of people were, everybody that, I mean, I knew people there anyway. You know, Nick Franco's a good friend of mine. I know Nick like 20 fucking
Oh,
years.
Nick, yeah, Nick, that's right. You and Nick, I remember that because Nick does the Hudson Valley Square show with me every Monday night on Sea of Tranquility channel with Peter
Yeah.
Park.
I met him in Record Town. Excuse me. Wait a minute. Record Town in the JV Mall. And we have this old man's child thing that every time he'll say something, he'll be like, old man's child. And he's like, I'm like the only other person that I believe that he knows of that loves that band. And we sit there talking about metal.
Guy.
Yeah, yeah. His friend Vinny used to work in there. So yeah. It was the whole, you know, he's a big black metal guy. And I mean, I grew up with Venom. All right.
Oh yeah,
You
yeah.
know,
So right.
you know, he Venom. I'm more. He likes a lot more of the you know,
got my
like,
Marduk record up here. So.
yeah, he likes a lot more stuff that's like a little bit more obscure. But I mean, as far as black metal's concerned,
he likes
you
it.
know, you give me Venom, you give me Immortal, you give me, you know, shit, I can't even. There's so many.
Check this band out. Another new one. I've been promoting this. I'm hoping I can get to interview Nervosa, so I keep showing their video album on each video. Man, let me go.
You see, yeah, oh man,
It's an all-female thrash metal band from well, they were all from Brazil. Now they're from international. They just got Mia from Abbott as on bass. They're pretty killer. Yeah, I think you dig them a lot.
You know, if you say female fronted band, I actually love what the hell is it? Oh shit, they're from Germany.
Leaves Eyes.
No, Witches. What do they call?
Oh, Burning Witches.
Yeah, man, that band is great.
They played with They played with
awesome.
Destruction. I think.
They are. They are awesome.
Smear's on this album too from Destruction. He does one track on the Devoto.
Nice. That's great.
Before, you know, as we get ready to wrap this up tonight, some of the memorable bands that you guys have shared a stage with at the Chance or other venues. Think of any gigs that you really were into or opening up.
Dawkins was the most people.
Oh, Dawkins at the Chance, yeah.
And we love playing with Grim Reaper.
Oh, and Steve, yeah, he's a great guy.
Yeah, no, he's
we play with him a
such
couple
a nice
times.
guy, man.
In fact, every time they come into town, we usually play with them at the Chance.
Yeah, definitely cool.
We were gonna play with them the last time, but then the COVID came. So
this past October we were gonna play with them at the Chance.
I saw him on. I saw Steve Grimmett on some other interview, and he mentioned Last Pharoah. Yeah, he goes, yeah, they'll probably open for us when we come back to the Chance. So they're
Steve. He turned around and said, "I've got that album at home. I love that fucking band. I got his voice. I was like, holy shit, get the hell out of here." Yeah, it was very cool. For me, it was obviously Fate's Warning is my second favorite band in the known universe. So
okay,
I gotta say that opening up for Ingwe was pretty cool too.
Yes, it was. It was
because I was a music starter, so it was all cool, you know. Because Ingwe was my big influence for many years, among many others.
Yes,
Ingwe was one of them, but so it was kind of cool. So,
you liked a lot of the Shredders.
Yeah, totally. But,
so you're a shredder.
Well, yeah, of course. I mean, it's gonna open for another shredder.
So now somebody's watching this for the first time. How are we gonna find Last Pharoah so they can check them out? I know you're on Spotify.
We're on Apple Music, iTunes, Bandcamp. You can buy the CD on Amazon. You can buy it on eBay. You can buy it everywhere. Just type in Last Pharoah, and but yeah.
And also, it's on Pure Steel Records.
Yep.
You go to their website as well.
Okay.
You could even
you can buy. I think it's $9.99, right?
Target, Walmart, and Target also carries their album.
Yeah.
Is there any plans on pressing Mantle of Spiders on vinyl or the new release?
That is being negotiated now. That was actually part of.
I think it needs to be. I think it needs to happen for sure.
Yeah, it is going to happen. So it's being requested right now because there is a lot of people asking for vinyl.
Yeah.
Vinyl. I mean, my store has been doing great with vinyl even during the pandemic. Since we reopened, you can't keep vinyl in stock. You can't get vinyl. Like they can't.
Vinyl actually outsold CDs for the first time ever. The last 5 or 6 months in a row.
Right. That's right.
Oh yeah, it definitely is. And even like the new Iron Maiden, that one live in Mexico City, I pre-ordered it back in like July, came out in November. I didn't get it till January to sell even. That's how backed up.
Wow.
And popular.
Yeah, no, vinyl's awesome. Obviously, the artwork is a lot bigger. It's just a lot prettier. We were gonna put. There's two versions of something that might have
a nice picture of you guys in the front, in the gatefold.
Yeah. With the new album, the artwork that Timo did might be the picture disc, and the artwork that Andre did might be the album cover. So the Last Pharoah, the new album will be the. I don't know if you've seen the new artwork, but that
it
could
great. I
mentioned that possibly making it as an LP picture disc.
I saw it on your Facebook. In fact, I'm going to have you guys send that over to me. I want to put one of your album covers out on the, for the cover of this episode.
Oh, cool. All right. Absolutely.
Cool, man. Anything else you want to have a closing statement to this show tonight?
Ron?
Well, just that get ready for Last Pharoah 2021. We're going to rock out for quite a long time. And our new album's going to be coming out. It's going to be off the charts,
And I hope that we get to see you in 2021, not just on the Zoom screen.
Yeah, there is some shows coming up that haven't been canceled yet, so
The chance will probably be opening soon if we're hearing what Jersey's getting. I don't know if New York State is getting that too, but if Jersey's getting the 25%, you hope that New York State follows suit. I mean, every state's different in this horrible mess we're living in. So.
I'm sure it'll follow right through. Yeah, no, it's
couple of out of state shows. The fall one's going to be in Cleveland, the Pure Steel Metal Fest.
Oh yeah.
Which is definitely going to happen. And another one in Jersey, the New Jersey Metal Fest, which is going to be happening at
maybe we'll touch base when those gates get closer and we can try to promote them a little bit more. And hopefully I can get you guys on one of my band panel episodes. Before I go, I'm going to let our viewers know that tomorrow night we're going to be doing a special Led Zeppelin episode with our band panel. We call it like the Metal Bunch because it looks like the Brady Bunch with the Zoom screen. And Tuesday we'll be doing a Manowar episode. We're gonna have Ross the Boss in house and some of my usuals. And next Wednesday we're visiting Black Sabbath, Ozzy Osbourne era. And after and of course I'm looking to do some more bands. I think we're gonna have Cannibal Corpse on soon.
Oh, cool.
We're just trying to promote rock fantasy, promote metal in general during these horrible times. And I want to thank both of you to the bottom of my heart for coming on. And
absolutely. No, that's my honor. Absolutely. Thank you for having us.
So if you guys like what you see, please hit subscribe. Please check the band out, put some comments in, and rock on. And hope to see you guys soon, man.
Definitely.
Thanks so much.
All right. Ron, I'll see you Friday night.